Would like to warm everyone's heart as well here in Las Vegas and bring on the West Coast Conference Associate Commissioner, friend of the program, Jeff Tourial.
He's always our first guest.
He is our first guest ever in simulcast history, and so we have to keep this tradition rolling, man. Welcome back.
It's the only reason I still got a job. So I appreciate that.
You have a beard now.
I do.
Looks good.
Thank you.
You like it?
I do.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It was brought up in our pre-production meeting because it is so nice.
You guys are too kind. I mean, we love having you here, but that's just over the top kind.
Yeah, yeah. I like your. Is this a new title, or you've always had this? Broadcast Administration and Strategic Communications.
It's a lot of words.
That's a very good LinkedIn title. I like it.
It's very LinkedIn. I couldn't necessarily break it down for you, but it's a lot of words.
It's good.
We just call you the utility knife of the West Coast Conference.
Yeah, and we work closely with you in this whole thing. So, yeah, we're excited to be back. So let's talk about this particular tournament. I guess what can we expect? What is the conference rolling out for the 2019 edition of this tournament?
Yeah, it's gotten bigger and better every year.
It's not pressure or anything. Goodness gracious. No, we're super excited. And I think, I mean, as you guys were talking about and have really talked about the last couple of months, because both on the women's side and the men's side, things have been so competitive with a couple of large exceptions. But the conference as a whole on both sides is so competitive. I mean, these games are generally going to be wild, and I can't wait to see what unfolds.
The league is better, and we saw that in non-conference play, 100 wins. Granted, everyone played 2 more, but the winning percentage was really high. So the 7 through 10 games are going to be maybe better than they've ever been, like you talked about. And then we're back to the the format that it was. So it's unique in that 1-2 wait and 3-4 wait, 5-6 wait.
That's right, and that was done really to reward and focus on the regular season and really reward teams for regular season success, putting more meaning back into the regular season. And we think we've done that, and that's one component of our basketball enhancement plan. And Jeremy touched on it, the fact that really 1 through 10, everybody has improved in the non-conference and scheduled appropriately for where their programs are. And that's really what it was intended to do, is set us all up to kind of lift the tide and help everybody out. And obviously having the #1 team in the country and quite possibly the very best team in the country doesn't hurt either.
Didn't Mark Few complained a few years ago, right, about the bottom 7? Well, they've been better. He got what he wanted.
Oh,
right?
he has.
They got more than what they wanted during the summer as well. Yeah.
And I'm just looking at that #7 seed line, and I see San Diego men's basketball, and I'm like, what in the world?
Is that the best #7 seed ever?
That's what I said. I said, oh my goodness, that's a team that scares you. Yeah.
Like, how does that team slip to the 7 seed line? And again, it's all an indication of the conference improving. I know you've had a long-standing relationship with the Orleans Arena at the West Coast Conference, and we're back here again. We anticipate another great show, but always potentially expanding horizons and contract years. So where does the West Coast Conference stand in terms of their relationship with Las Vegas and the Orleans?
Well, I mean, as you know, obviously the city of Las Vegas has embraced our event, and the West Coast Conference fans have embraced coming to Las Vegas and really making this an annual pilgrimage, and the event has been sold out every year. We've loved working with the Orleans. They've been fantastic. The city's support has been awesome. This is the last year of our contract, and we may have an announcement later this week.
Okay. That's called the tease in the biz.
Yeah. Well done, Jeff.
Yeah.
Yes,
right.
the Broadcast Administration and Strategic Communications guy.
Nice. Yep. You're not just a poser on LinkedIn. You
That's
actually
right.
do it.
Thank you.
Gonzaga.
By the way, Jerem, just to interrupt you, because I'm looking. You're looking at our website. Thank you for the web traffic.
Yeah.
And it lists all the games in Pacific time, but you seamlessly converted that to Eastern time coming out of the break. I mean, that conversion, that math.
We're coast to coast, Jeff.
I didn't take a math class at BYU, but I'm good at time math because I produce a lot. So I just added 3.
I mean, but that's
it's not that hard.
On the fly, that's impressive.
I know.
That's impressive.
I'm happy you're impressed. Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it. Gonzaga's the #1 team. They're always good, but they're the #1 team. They've been #1 a couple times this year. What does that mean to the league to have the #1 team in the country?
It's incredible, and what they've built, and we've talked about this seemingly every year, but what they've built and sustained for a 20-plus year period is unprecedented. But this team in particular, I mean, far be it for me to declare anything, but it certainly seems as though it might be the best one they've had. My goodness, they're deep, and they are hitting their stride at the right. They weren't really ever out of stride, to be fair. They're impressive, and they're fun to watch. Maybe not if you're a fan of the opposing team, but my goodness.
We haven't had fun watching them against BYU this year.
Understand.
They've been incredible.
But it's impressive, and And honestly, it really helps us generate more exposure for the conference. And frankly, the challenge for us in the conference office is telling the story nationally that the conference is better, and it's not just the number one team beating up on a bunch of not good teams. Everybody's better, but they're just that darn good.
They won the league by 5 games. I mean, that's just
They have 2
silly.
losses. One at North Carolina, where they scored over 100 points in that game, and now North Carolina is ranked, I think, number 5 in the country. So hard to win in Chapel. And then they lost to Tennessee, who was ranked
Is that
number
here?
1
I
for
think
a
it was
long
in
time.
Vegas even. Yeah.
On a neutral site in Arizona.
Phoenix.
Yeah,
Phoenix.
Phoenix.
Okay.
We're gonna let that
Those,
go.
those are the 2 losses.
In the desert.
They beat Duke head-to-head. I mean, good grief. This
Only team to beat Duke when Duke was at full strength.
with the Zion.
All
yes.
10 pairs of shoes.
And Gonzaga wasn't at full strength, obviously, at that
Without
time.
Killian Tilly.
That's
Right.
Okay, so being the number 1 team in the country, I got the strong impression when I was in Spokane to watch BYU play at the McCarthy Athletic Center for the first time ever, and just was blown away by.
What a game to watch, too.
Well, I mean, they put the pedal to the metal late, and I just
The ability to spurt, it's unbelievable.
They're up by 11 with 10 minutes to go, and then they win by 34.
And that wasn't the only time. I mean, that happened several times this season.
Yes. Okay. So I got the impression from fans and from talking with different sports media personalities up there that anything less than a national championship may qualify as a disappointment. Is that a fair statement?
I can't speak for them, but I think that certainly for many of their fans, that's absolutely the expectation. The program knows they're capable, but Coach Cliche speak, you really can't view it like that. You really have to say, all right, we're playing here Monday night. We got to get ready for whatever opponent we're going to face, and then we have a quick turn, and we got to play Tuesday if we win against, again, an unknown opponent until the night before. So you really can't view it like that if you're within the program. But, yeah, I think as an outsider, that's not an unfair expectation, as unfair as it is.
That is wild.
Yeah, I would say Final Four or bust. National title feels like a lot.
That
but
is wild.
Let's talk about the rest of the league. So right now, St. Mary's in Lenardi's bracket is 2 out. So they're on the fringe. If they win Monday, maybe they get in. So what's the conversation like? Because I know the NCAA selection committee talks with the conference as you guys try and convince them that, hey, St. Mary's is an NCAA tournament team.
Yeah, make the
and they're
case.
probably the only team in the mix, right? San Francisco probably fell out.
Yeah, I think that's fair, Jerem, is that today St. Mary's is the other one in discussion beyond Gonzaga. And look, we actually had a call with the committee yesterday. Again, these are regularly scheduled on a monthly basis. Every conference does it. Ours just happened to be yesterday. But St. Mary's is an NCAA tournament team. I mean, if you watched the selection show last year, Bruce Rasmussen, who was the chair, specifically called out St. Mary's and for their lack of scheduling in the non-conference. And they've gone out and done that. And they have a strength of schedule in the top 40 now. Their net, which is the new NCAA primary ranking that combines a lot of different things, and it's mixed up in some lab somewhere, they're a 38. So St. Mary's answered the bell and played the tougher schedule. And today, they deserve to be in.
Jeff Tourial with us on BYU Sports Nation, West Coast Conference Associate Commissioner, Broadcast Administration, and Strategic Communications. Okay, emphasis on the strategic based on our conversation here in the last few minutes. On the women's side, it appears that BYU and Gonzaga right now are very comfortable in as at-large bids, regardless of what happens here in Las Vegas. How confident do you feel that, regardless of how these games play out, that Gonzaga and BYU, the league will at least get 2 teams in?
Yeah, we're very confident. And Spencer, you never know. We're not in the room when those discussions are taking place. But again, we have the calls with the committee on a monthly basis on the women's side too. And there's no question that both Gonzaga and BYU have played well enough to be NCAA tournament teams. And you know, we don't know what's going to happen here, but I think certainly today they're both in.
Jeff, you've known Jerem for a long time, 9 years. You've known me for just about that length of time as well. You've seen him evolve.
Yes.
From a very young broadcaster into this dapper,
he was always
polished
dapper. Goodness.
broadcaster that he is today. And you did something I'm so happy that you did today.
Well,
you sent us a picture.
Well, and look, I mean, you know, Jerem and I have been buddies for a long time. This is my 9th tournament. This is our 5th year here. Congrats on the 5 years.
Thank you.
It's Jerem's 9th year at the tournament in Vegas. And so he's doing a little digging and found something fun from 2011 that maybe we would all enjoy seeing.
Okay, yes, please. What is this? Show the people the goodness of Jerem. Okay, so we can't see it on the TV in front of us, but we're being told that everybody else can see it across the country. So
I don't know what it is.
How did you find this, Jeff?
I was actually looking for something else from our 2011 tournament in our photo archive, and I came across a couple of gems of Mr. Jordan here, and so I decided I would share
Bravo.
one with
Bravo.
folks.
I solo hosted halftime and bridge shows.
Oh no, this was on court. You were on the court.
Oh, on court. Okay. Oh yeah. So yeah, and it was fun. Doing a 30-minute show by yourself's really hard.
But you're a pro.
Exactly.
I don't know that I was a pro then. I would hope that I am now.
8 years is a long time.
Jeff, great to have you with us. Let's give you some BYU Sports Nation karma to
Good luck with
survive the event, the
tourney.
madness.
Yeah, you guys do a lot here. So
No games down, 18 to go.
Let's go, man.
18 to go.
Maybe you can send some of that karma to your Atlanta Braves. We got to mention the Braves when you talk to us, right?
It is spring training time.
Yes.
Can't wait.
Okay. Thanks, Jeff.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate it. Coming up.